What's up? We're Fall Out Boy.
And this is our video for Miss Missing You from the Youngblood Chronicles. So we actually went, and I know everybody thought we were going to shoot Death Valley out in the desert, but we actually decided to save it for Miss Missing You. And I think that this video thematically fits the song a little bit. And this is actually our buddy Tara Strong doing the voice, who's also the voice of Raven and about 8 zillion other voices in cartoons. She has an awesome voice.
Yeah, you've heard her a lot.
It kind of like, something about it reminds me, and I know you're going to give me grief for this, but something very Terminator.
Pete watched Terminator, the entire Terminator series so many times.
That's all I can think about.
Yeah, he's gonna, he just sees it everywhere. It's cool hearing her do this. We actually, on our last tour, we're coming out to our manager reading this in a very masculine, whatever.
Pitched down, yeah.
Yeah, but it's cool hearing her do it. This was kind of scary because we had to time that just right so that they didn't hit us.
And I think it was kind of epic putting this video in black and white.
Don't panic, no, not yet. I know I'm the one you want to forget.
There's so many like bizarre illusions in this video. I think that this one is like, I think that kind of troubled people helping troubled people.
Yeah, and I also think I'm pretty sure there's a little bit of Hills Have Eyes.
Yeah,
with the like kind of, you know, random place with all these screwed up people.
Honestly, this video would have looked way too campy, I think, if it was in color because of the nature of the characters in it. So I think that the reason we shot this in black and white was because it would have looked way too campy in color due to the nature of the characters. And
yeah, we kind of had people camp it up really hard, and it looked a little funny.
It looked very Pee-wee's.
Yeah. There's this kind of thing where they're conditioning me to music, so basically every time I hear music I get angry and violent. And I think, you know, there's a lot to that. I mean, you could read into that the idea that, you know, I always took umbrage at
This water was, by the way, freezing, and this guy was a champ for sitting in there for
and wrestling that fake crocodile. I always took umbrage at the idea that, you know, music causes all these bad things, like, you know, when there's a school shooting and they're like, you listen to Marilyn Manson, and you're like, well, that's ridiculous. I mean, like, so did I, you know. I mean, like, it doesn't necessarily make you do these awful things, but I think that's kind of this overreaction thing of kind of the way culture responds to certain things, responds to things they don't understand, and so, you know, whenever I hear music, I get violent and I'm a monster, basically.
This is actually the video also where Patrick literally almost killed me with the
Yep.
hook.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. We're professional stuntmen, by the way.
And at some point you do have the showdown, because at some point you say, this far, no further.
Yeah.
In every movie like this.
There's an old, I think it's a silent film that we called on for this scene too, where there's that kind of that duel in the sand.
And it reminds me of just like even like the Star Wars, like the like lava planet. Like at some point you fight the guy that's your friend if he's evil, you know. And like I think that's that moment. This is the point where I quit this video, by the way, as well. Immediately following this scene. And we shot this one until we literally couldn't shoot anymore.
Yeah, this is actually not natural light. We ran out of natural light, which is another reason why we ended up going black and white, I think, because we had so much that we needed to cover And you know, we did this on a pretty shoestring budget, so the fact that we pulled it all together is kind of a miracle.
Hey, what's up? We're Fall Out Boy.
And this is our video for Save Rock and Roll from the Youngblood Chronicles.
So obviously the scroll, I mean, any scroll is inspired by Star Wars, after Star Wars existing.
Yeah, it sets up where you are, where we are.
So surprise.
We shot this in New York too, right?
Did we? Yeah, we must have. Yeah, I think we did.
Yeah, because we thought it was an okay idea to start a car inside for some reason.
Yep, that was a really bad idea. We were all inside this warehouse, actually moving that car, which was, you know, it's full of gas.
And this is where we introduced the idea that there is a darker presence beyond Courtney out there. And the idea is that these people just only care about mayhem. All they want is to introduce darkness and evil, and that's what they believe.
Yeah, and kind of playing off the idea that, you know, that Courtney and her people aren't necessarily
They're damaged.
Evil. They're damaged. They really genuinely believe that they're trying to protect everybody from these guys. And as a result of them, I end up killing everyone, including myself. As a result of Courtney, you know, and I think there's that kind of idea of, you know, sometimes protecting, you know, when you're trying to protect something, you're more dangerous than.
And you see, there's a call to Fight Club right there. There was like a really fast blip of something you'll see later in the video.
You could go cry me an ocean and leave me be. You are what you love.
Going the other way now. You're headed up.
Why is this happening to me? Why did they let me in heaven? I don't understand. I'm very confused. That's blinding. One of the things too is that, like I said, these faces are kind of hard for me to watch. I
like it that in heaven we finally got to wash our faces and get haircuts.
Yes.
The idea is becoming human again. A little bit hard to take a communion of a Fall Out Boy guitar pick.
Yes, and not choke.
Yeah.
Every time. Oh, and I got a hand again. Look at that.
I liked the juxtaposition of this kind of communion and preparing like for sacrifice. And the exact opposite of this is Elton John is God, which is about the best thing that there is.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, the silence for the voice of a generation.
It was epic that he did a bunch of this stuff in one take.
Yeah, Elton did almost all of this in one take.
And it felt a little bit like this could have been campy if it was coming from anyone else, but Elton John, I felt like we were being like actually knighted into the army
he is actually
rock and roll gods.
Yeah. This was amazing. So, you know, you put a piano in front of Elton, he's actually playing.
Yeah.
And it was really incredible to hear him play the song.
A very interesting take on it.
Yeah, he's just an incredible player.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things that, you know, you kind of take for granted because, like, oh, it's Elton John. But, like, when you actually hear him, it's like, oh, this is why he's Elton John, because he can play like a beast. He's amazing.
Then we leave heaven, we're back on Earth. And ready to take on all the forces.
I remember them saying something about the kind of Gandalf coming back as the white kind of reference from Lord of the Rings, so there's a little bit of that too. Elton gave a lot of good advice. Everything from sticking with your producer, you know, when you have a hit, you owe it to him to come back. Was the thing he said. And then
This is where we finally see the briefcase come to life a little.
Wherever I go, the trouble seems to follow. I only brought them to sing rock and roll.
So at this point, this evil group is called on the, like, just pure evil, and hasn't really even, I think, realized what they've unleashed. But this was a lot of fun to shoot because this was just all pure gore, and we shot it all in real time.
yeah, we only had one take of any of this stuff because once you got the blood all over everything, that was it.
At some point, we decided that we were going to walk into a wall of blood, and that was fun.
Yeah.
And the idea of ending it right here is possibly the best ending to any video series ever. And that did actually happen.
Yes.
He handled it really well, because I know that there was, you know, they were like, we're not going to get any on your face or in your hair, and then they did, and
They got it everywhere.
And Elton definitely stayed in character, and it was awesome.
Yeah, he was. He got the whole thing. He understood the whole. You know, he was behind the whole video and everything. So, we're very lucky that he allowed us to do that.
Elton John is God. Tommy Lee is the devil. I mean, tell me rock and roll wasn't saved.